Jacksonville Jaguars fans, welcome into Duval Daily presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLuga. Thanks so much for being here. Thursday, September 4th. Happy 904 day, Duval. And make sure to go check out GenJag.com. We've got 2 brand new 904 day drops over on the website. 2 t-shirts that are a lot of fun. But right now we are getting into Jaguars X-Factors for the 2025 season. And I wanted to do this one last time before the regular season gets kicked off. A lot of these X-Factors are going to be both for the 2025 season and really for this upcoming game against the Carolina Panthers. There's 1 or 2 that might be more season-long X-Factors than really this weekend X-Factors, but we're going to get into it. I'm really excited to talk about the X-Factors because these are players. I'm sticking to players. I'm not including coaches or, things like that. I'm sticking to players. These are players that if they play their best, if they play to their ceiling within the offensive and defensive systems that are in place in Jacksonville, it could really elevate this football team in a big way. So I'm excited to get into it. Really appreciate y'all being here. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Let me know what your X Factors are in the comment section below before we get this thing going. I am going to kick it off with by far my number 1 X Factor for this football team. It's not really even close. It is the Walter Payton Man of the Year, Eric Armstead, and Mason Smith in the middle for this Jaguars defensive front. Because if these 2 players, and Eric Armstead, prior to last year, was one of the best interior defensive linemen, interior defensive pass rushers in the NFL for a number of years, last half decade. One of the best, right? Jaguars try to kick him outside, play defensive end. I don't know what the hell they're thinking. I was like, yeah, you can do that in base if you want to stop the run, but no, that's not what you're doing to try to heat up the passer. You need Eric Armstead, Trayvon Walker, and freaking Josh Hines Allen on the field at the same time. They didn't want to do that. Ryan Nielsen didn't want to do that. But Eric Armstead is kicking inside this year. You are going to see him on the field with those guys. You're also going to see Mason Smith on the field more. Yes, he dealt with a little injury last year that kept him out some, but you also just had the Jaguars deciding not to utilize him very much. I think it was like a, pissing contest between the coaching staff and the front office, honestly. No good explanation for it. So these 2 guys have the ability to really penetrate, disrupt the backfield, both against the run and the pass. And if they can play close to their potential, close to their ceiling, with Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker on the edge, that is going to really give the Jaguars one of the most dangerous defensive fronts in the NFL. Bar none. And then you look at the depth is strong up front. The Jaguars have good depth at most spots, which is something you haven't really been able to say all that frequently around here. But Eric Armstead and Mason Smith, those are my number 1 and number 2 X Factors. Eric Armstead is more of an X Factor for me because, you only need one of these guys to hit big to really have a scorched earth defensive front. But if they both hit big, yeah, that's amazing. But if Eric Armstead just plays the way we know he can play on the interior and not coming off of a, off-season surgery, that's big. That's huge. Either of those guys, though, if they can really heat up the quarterback from the interior, push the pocket, that's going to be just chef's kiss for that defensive front. Britton Strange / pass catcher 3. I think Britton Strange is an X factor because if he's going to get more opportunity this year, and he's gotten opportunity, throughout his young career. But Evan Ingram's been the starter. But Evan Ingram had injuries last year. But Britton Strange, I just think when I look at the Jaguars skill position players, specifically the pass catchers, the wide receivers and the tight ends, the guys out there running routes from the line of scrimmage, not including the running backs. They're a whole nother ball game, and we're going to talk about the running backs a little bit. But Britton Strange, to me, is the most talented and the guy that embodies the Jaguars' kind of culture of being skilled but also being physical and gritty and tough. He, among the pass catchers, to me, is the third most talented guy. The third most, we need to build around this guy type of guy, after Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter. He's a talented receiver. He's an explosive athlete. He's strong. He has real balance, or has the potential to have a real balance to his game as someone who you want on the field every single play, because he can move around the formation. He can block from a lot of different spots. He can catch passes out of the backfield. He can catch passes from, lining up at, on the line of scrimmage, from lining up in the slot. I just think Brenton Strange has that ability to potentially be, like, again, the third option in the Jaguars passing attack very consistently. And again, somebody who helps in the run game a lot, in the screen game, and the jet sweep game, and all these things, right? So I just like Brenton Strange and his skill set and his attitude, his violence, his physicality on the football field, and the skill, right? It's not just that he's this mauler out there in space. It's that he's got soft hands. He's got explosive route running ability, all these things. So I'm excited to see Brenton Strange, but also just pass catcher 3 in general, because there will be weeks where he's not your best matchup necessarily as a pass catcher. So pass catcher 3, you have different options, right? You have Parker Washington, who is strong and built like a running back, but undersized, but can make plays. You have De'Ami Brown, who's this speed threat, who has experience in the league, who has really taken to this offense and fits this offense like a glove, from the ability to push down the field vertically, but also be a threat in the screen game and take jet sweeps. We've seen that. And then Tim Patrick as well thrown in there as someone who is this big-bodied, more possession receiver, true veteran, has been through a lot to get here. He's a really good blocker. So you have different options. If those pieces can fit together and be utilized the right way at the right time by Liam Cohen, they can really help this offense. My next one is flipping sides of the ball, the safeties. The safeties are a big X factor because you have like different levels to it. Like, are Eric Murray and Andrew Winger going to be a net negative for the Jaguars? I think that's in the range of possibilities. I think it's also possible they could be net neutral. I also think it's possible they could be a positive. Like, I really don't know. And so much of it is going to come down to their communication, their confidence, their understanding of the scheme, the deployment by Anthony Campanile of these two guys. You've seen both of them have really good weeks and really good games, but you haven't seen either of them consistently maintain great play or good play throughout a given season or throughout their careers, right? Eric Murray's almost 32 years old. Andrew Winger's been here since 2019 as a former undrafted free agent. This is a big opportunity for these guys to kind of cement themselves as starters on this roster. Eric Murray signed a 3-year deal. Andrew Wingard can cement himself as a starter in this league if these guys play at their peak. But again, I also think it's possible that you see inconsistencies, that you see a safety group that you're really like, damn, I wish we had Caleb Ransaw. Damn, I wish we took another safety in the draft. I know they got Rayon Lane, but, before the 6th round. Damn, I wish we signed Justin Reed or our guy who went up to the New York Giants, right, from Miami. Don't know why I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. But Javon Holland. Guys like that, guys with a little bit more star power, a little bit more upside, a little bit more consistency potentially. So these are X factors, the safeties. The safety play, both against the run and the pass, is a big, big X factor for me. I don't have any idea which way it will go. Cam Little, X factor. Just like, if he can hit these long kicks at the end of halves, you could potentially be talking about a 6-point swing every single game if you give him that late half opportunity from anywhere on the field inside of 70 yards. So that's pretty cool. The Jaguars were in 13 one-score games last year. They were 3-10. That's what you're talking about right there. The ability to change the math a little bit. Cam Little can do that at the end of the half, both in the end of the first half and the end of the game. So Cam Little is definitely an X factor for me if he can start making some of those kicks in the regular season. And then Tyson Campbell, I mean, what can you say? When he's healthy, he's good, really good. Tough to stay healthy for him. You even saw it during this training camp in preseason. Missed time. And so, like, the last 2 years, he's missed a lot of time. And when he has returned from those injuries, he hasn't quite been the guy you expect him to be because he's battling through the injury. He's not quite himself. But Tyson Campbell is only 25 years old, okay? And the one time he's played a full season, he was among the best corners in football that year. And that was when the Jaguars were playing more zone defense. They're going to be playing more zone defense this year. Stay healthy, and the sky's the limit, honestly, for Tyson Campbell. But that's the X factor. His health is the X factor. You just hope you can get there. And they have other options. You know, Travis Hunter can play more corner. Jarian Jones can play corner. Buster Brown will be back sooner rather than later. But Tyson Campbell being out there and being healthy just has, you know, outside of Travis Hunter, the most potential to help the Jaguars win games at the cornerback spot. And he's a really good run defender, too, to boot. Brings it against the run. Final one that I want to talk about here, and there will be other kind of X factors that we'll be talking about the rest of the week when we talk about like keys to victory and matchups to watch and all that type of stuff. But these are the ones I really wanted to hit on here today. Bashal Tutin. And this is the one that's really not about tomorrow or a specific week. I keep saying tomorrow. The Jaguars do not play tomorrow. They play on Sunday. Okay. Sunday, 1 p.m., Everbank Stadium, the bank, against the Carolina Panthers. Bashal Tutin, if he can live up to his potential, he can be the best of Travis Etienne and the best of Tank Bigsby and the best of LeQuint Allen all in one player. And if you can get that player, he can be your lead back because he's got the speed, he's got the juice, the wiggle, he's got better vision than certainly Tank Bigsby or Travis Etienne. He's got hands out of the backfield. He's got low center of gravity. Like, he keeps those legs churning. He gives you the ability to pick up extra yards, fighting for yards, fighting through contact. 4.3 speed, like legit 4.3 speed. Breakaway home run threat potential. So if he can not fumble the ball, which he did a good bit at Virginia Tech, which you haven't really seen here in Jacksonville yet. His first snap, he had a little snafu there, but since then it's been very clean for Bashal. The sky is the limit with his skill set to me in a Liam Cohen offense, but it's about, getting the trust of the coaching staff to put you out there. Because look, they have no ties to Tank Bigsby or Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne, he's going to be a free agent after the season. Tank Bigsby is going into year 3, so 2026 is his last year under contract. They have Bashal under contract through 2028. Like, this is the guy they want to build around, him and LeQuint Allen. LeQuint Allen is much more a specific role player. I think Bashal can be a really dynamic lead back, not a workhorse necessarily, because he doesn't have, I don't think that size really to be a 20, 25 carry a game every single week type of guy. But I do think he has, the ability to be the lead back. And if he can be that and be more balanced than Tank Bigsby, who struggles in the pass game, or Travis Etienne, who is inconsistent as a runner, that could be huge for this team. Really good. And that'll do it. Really appreciate y'all being here, supporting the channel. Means the world to me. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. And again, let me know your X factors in the comment section below. Y'all have a good one.